pessoal, estamos aqui direto da BGS para entrevistar o Benjamin, game designer do Assassin's Creed. E vamos tentar fazer umas perguntas aqui para ele sobre esse jogo. Hi, thank you very much for your time. For first question, how is it to portray the historical times in Assassin's Creed, like the research and all the stuff?
We are working closely with history experts inside of the team of Assassin's Creed. So they are doing researches for us, and so we have tons and tons, especially for this year, it's about the French Revolution. So there was a lot of illustration and books talking about the French Revolution, because at the time in Europe, there was a lot of artists going to Paris. So it was easy to find thousands of pictures and stories about the game. And after that, it's just trying to find what's the best story we can tell and reuse to change that into gameplay, to make it fun for a game.
Great. And how does it fit with the fictional characters that are created? Like how does it the characters fit in the history?
That's something that's the interesting thing about Assassin's Creed. It's always we are retelling story about like historical facts, real events, but we are adding always the twist of the fight between the assassin and the Templars, and so we are just creating a cool story about the main character of the game. He has his objective, his quest, and on the background there is a revolution running. So it's adding a lot of noise, a lot of battles, a lot of cool moments in history that you can you can live again through the game. Yeah.
How is it to work with the new generation of consoles? How much liberty does it give you
to give you an example? It's when we started to work on Unity, we didn't know what was the next gen, and so we started to think about the most crazy thing we can have in the game, like having real size buildings, having thousands of characters at the same time on screen to create the crowd, and it was just a dream. And when we finally received the specification of the next gen, we realized that we were able to keep everything we were thinking about. So I would say that working on the next gen was difficult at some point because we had to work on the engine on the game to improve, to be ready for the next gen. But about what we could add in the game and about the power of the machine, there is yet nothing we cannot try to do.
That's great. And it gives you a whole new experience, right? Because you have to build from the start for the new generation, a new engine and all the stuff.
Yeah, because especially this year we have some co-op in the game, and the engine of the game was not done for having online and networking. So there was a lot of work from the programmer, from the engineer at Ubisoft to change some codes, to add some elements inside of the engine to allow that. And so it was a lot of work, but we had to do that, to prepare for the next generation, to be sure that we have an engine that can support the franchise through ages and through years with the next generation.
Assassin's Creed uses the history line and creates the story of the characters based on that, and the fight from assassins and Templars. How does it fit for the main character of the Unity?
So Arnaud is the main character of the game. He's a French guy. At the beginning of the game, his father gets killed, and he wants to take revenge. And he feels guilty about the death of his father. So it's like a path of redemption. And so he's joining the assassin to find the truth, to find the Templars, to kill the Templars. But he will realize that his girlfriend, he have a long relationship with a girl called Elise. He will realize at some point that Elise is a Templar. So we'll have a kind of a dilemma between his duty or his love. But you will discover that. So there is a cool story. And on the background, of course, there is a French Revolution. So Arno will be able to encounter a lot of very famous characters, such as Robespierre or Napoleon, or even the King of France. Yeah.
One of the things that I like about playing Assassin's Creed is that interaction with the real characters, the real people that lived in the history, and how does the Assassins and the Templars move history from behind the curtains. We'll have the same sensation for this game also, right? Because like
you will have even more, because French Revolution was huge in events, and so there is so many famous stories about Paris that everyone knows, and so on the other side, it was difficult for us to choose who we should have in the game and who we can remove from the game. So it was very difficult to be sure that. Okay. Well, we had like a lot of characters to show in the game, and so it was a dilemma for us to choose which one is the best. Yeah.
Does this character relate to any other of the timeline? Ezio or the Altair? It's just completely different.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of people are asking. There is no Connor in the game, there is no Ezio, there is no Altair. Of course, there are references, because you are in the Brotherhood after the event of AC1, AC2. So in dialogues in the game, you will hear about very famous master assassins such as Altair or Ezio. Yeah.
Is this game supposed to be a new timeline like the second game, like they have Brotherhood and Revelations, or does it stays as a unique game? Do you know if there's any intention to build from this?
It really depends about the impact of the game and the feedback of the players. We decided to remove the numbering. It's not Assassin's Creed 5, it's Assassin's Creed Unity. It's not Assassin's Creed 5 for Rogue, it's Rogue. Because we don't want to be always trapped with that kind of numbering, Assassin's Creed 10. So now we are just keeping the title and finding a word that really picture what is the game. Well, this year it's Unity, because you have to unite with people. But for the next games, you just have to wait and see how the people enjoy Unity.
So both Rogue and Unity are breaking the line of development and to build history, the stories of the game, the new games, without any necessity or obligatory to be a part of the earlier games. Is that it? You play both games, and it doesn't matter really what happened before or what will happen after. So is that the new line you're...
For Unity, what we decided to do is, since we know it's next gen, and some people will probably start Assassin's Creed on next gen on Unity, we didn't want the player to feel like forced to play the previous one to understand what's about Unity. So I have to say that Unity is a reboot, kind of a refresh of the brand. And the story is made in a way that you don't need to play the other game before to understand. On the other side, if you play the other game, you will have some references for the fans. So, but yeah, definitely, if there is one Assassin's Creed game you should start with without playing the other, it's Unity. It's kind of different. Yeah.
That's good, because there are lots of new people coming to the...
There is new generation of players every year, and a new generation of consoles, so we have to think about that. Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about how you play the game, the playability, or how the gameplay, how the character moves? If the people who played before will notice a big change on
There is so many changes. We changed the fight system. We removed the counter kill. Now we can parry and perfect parry. The game is the fight is more challenging. The enemy are more smart. After Now they won't wait their turn to attack you. They will attack you at the same time. So you can still handle 1, 2, 3 enemies. Up to 3, 4, 5 enemies. Usually you have to run away or you will get killed because the enemy are way more aggressive. And we didn't want the player to be able to kill everyone because you have to be an assassin. You cannot just go right away. Yeah, you cannot go right away in the conflict and kill everyone. And it was not even realistic to be able to kill 10 guards around you. And especially because we have co-op. If you are able to kill 10 enemies by yourself, you don't need to have friends. And the navigation system, we changed a lot about the parkour in the game. Now you can go up and down. There is a button dedicated to the control descent to go down. It's more fluid, more free. There is more guidance on the wall, so you can really choose the path you want to have. And it's also related to co-op, because early in production we realized that if there was one single way to go on the top of the building, everyone was waiting his turn. And it was like weird when you were playing with your friends. So now you can go where you want. So it's very free, easy. And another big thing is the stealth. People were asking for years now to have a real stealth mode. Now you can press a button, being crouched. You are moving faster than just walking, and you are very silent. So if you want to play the game very stealthily, you can, from the beginning to the end, just enter the stealth mode. So it's up to the player to face the situation the way he prefers.
That's great, that's great. I think those are the questions that we wanted to ask, and we thank you very much for your time, and we appreciate that you took it to answer the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
There's a room where the light won't find you. When they do, I'll be right behind you. What you do. The world